Number one, having a honest conversation about race. An honest and helpful and productive conversation about race. Sometimes it's an uncomfortable conversation about race to avoid the stupid one that everybody insists on having right now. The stupid one that was led by Barack Obama once he became president. If I had a son, Trayvon would look like me. Remember when saying that somebody of the same race looking like you was kind of racist in and of itself, and now everyone's going, I want a boss who looks like me. I need more. What does Eric Adams say? Eric Adams he wants reporters that look like him. Huh? And that's why the reporters, by the way, little racist virtue signaling can work. Adams has our so-called the toughest press corps in the country, totally neutered, totally subservient. The New York Times, they used to do these big, important pieces. They would just tell you everything you needed to know. For instance, the new police commissioner, when was that? When she gets appointed a couple of months ago, big job, right? All right, who is this person? Never heard of her before. Key Chance Sewell. All right, well, tell me what you got there, New York Times. And they have this little thing. It's called Man in the News or Woman in the News, right? Introducing a newsmaker or somebody who's going to be making a lot of news to New York, to the people, right? Because we never heard of this individual before. Now they're very important, so you're going to write a story about that and tell everybody. So I try to learn about the new police commissioner, and what do they leave out? Well, they leave out where she lives. They leave out her marital situation. They leave out her education, right? Why? I mean, I'm sorry. It's neither here nor there. I don't care if you're a high school dropout or you have a PhD from Harvard. It makes you who you are. There are people who have dropped out of high school who are 1,000 times smarter than those Harvard PhDs. But it gives you a sense of the person. But now they leave those details out, especially when the reporters, by the way, are white and they're writing about people of color. Because they don't, oh my gosh. And if you're a woman, the moment Eric Adams calls you a Karen, the moment Eric Adams says, I don't like reporters who don't look like me, that sends shudders up. They're afraid for their jobs. It really is. Because the woke New York Times, they're as crazy as hell. They'll do anything. They will do anything, including, they're hiring, obviously, based on what people look like and gender and all that nonsense. Stuff that doesn't matter to people, but really, they're obsessed with. So obsessed with. Anyway, let's have a serious conversation about race instead of the silly, stupid one. Like, by the way, where are all the fathers in the African-American community? Why don't they stick around? Not all, but a lot. Too many. Too many are AWOL. Too many are MIA, missing in action. This afflicts all communities, but nowhere is it worse than in the African-American community. And are we just going to pretend that this is caused by white cops? Right? Is that what? Or we're going to remain hung up on decisions that were made in the 1600s? Right? Is that why it's happening? Now, I don't know why it's happening, but I know having a debate about 1619 or 1622, that's not going to help us. That's not going to help. That's not going to help all these beautiful babies, too many of whom are growing up without fathers. Too many of whom are now resorting to gun violence and killing other children. Black Lives Matter, baby. Absolutely. But not the way the Black Lives Matter movement says, because they only give a damn, the Black Lives Matter leadership, when a black life is taken by a white cop. That's it. Why? Because there's money to be made. There's status to be achieved. Power. And that's what they want. You think Al Sharpton is motivated by anything other than power, status, and money? Take a good look at that guy. We've known him for a long time. He's busy fooling the rest of the country, but he doesn't fool us. And for I'm going to do it again, one brief shining moment, Barack Obama. He was like, wow. But this is only back when he was trying to get us to like him. And this is how we know he's in it for himself. The other thing is, Barack Obama, back when he was trying to woo us. One more reminder that he knows. I guess I'm going to take him at his word that he believed this when he said it. He knows the problem. But since he got booed Not in this moment, but he did get booed. He got heat from the left, and he never tried it again. Too bad, because he could have hurt. Maybe he could have saved this country. Cut 31.
Too many fathers are MIA. Too many fathers are AWOL. You and I know this is true everywhere, but nowhere is it more true than in the African American community. We know the statistics that children who grow up without a father are 5 times more likely to live in poverty and commit crime. They're 9 times more likely to drop out of school, 20 times more likely to end up in prison.
Wow. That's some pretty straight talk, huh? He wasn't done there. This is 2008, by the way, before he became president, but he's running for president. And also, it's in June of 2008. So what was going on there? He already won the nomination. He was killing time before the convention and getting ready for the general. But that's not when a lot of folks are paying attention. So it was safe to deliver a message like this. Let me see here. Cut 32, please. Cut 32. Barack Obama, Senator Obama in June of 2008.
We need fathers to recognize that responsibility doesn't just end at conception. That doesn't just make you a father. What makes you a man is not the ability to have a child. Any fool can have a child. That doesn't make you a father. It's the courage to raise a child that makes you a father.
Huh. Yeah, I agree with him about the substance. But by the way, you notice his voice sounded a little bit different somehow. What was it about his voice that seemed just a little bit different from how he normally talks? Let me hear a few more seconds. 32. One more time, just a little bit.
We need fathers to recognize that responsibility doesn't just end at conception. That doesn't just make you a father. What makes you a man is not the ability to have a child. Any fool can have a child.
Yeah, there's that. That's all right. He's in the hood. He's talking in the hood. He's in the hood. And that was the whole thing. This is why he became so obsessed with himself, so narcissistic. I can walk into any room in America and own it. I can be black, I can be white, I can be street, I can be Harvard. The thing was, and this always plagued him, the street actually viewed him with a great deal of suspicion. And you can look it up. He ran for Congress. They were like, is this guy even black? Now, that's what Bobby Rush was saying, the incumbent black congressman in Chicago that Obama tried to knock off, take out of office back in 2000. I mean, I wonder if it's like what George W. Bush went through. Basically, after he lost when he ran for Congress in 1978, he vowed no one's ever going to out-cowboy me. Because he was tagged as a Yaley and not really Texan. So he went all in on the pork rinds and the ranch and the cowboy hat and all that crap. Now, it's not crap if you grew up with it, if you believe in it, but it's crap if you just adopt it for optics. Phony. Wow, too bad. And so he's saying all this interesting stuff, and he's, speaking some truth back in 2008 when it didn't matter. But it was a brief shining moment because Jesse Jackson got mad. Now, you're going to hear Jesse Jackson whisper. This is Jesse Jackson whispering. He wants to cut off Barack Obama's... I don't know why we bleeped it out because it's not a bad word, so I'm going to say it right here. He wants to cut Barack Obama's nuts for talking down to black people. This is Jesse Jackson caught on the hot mic waiting for an appearance on Fox News right after the man, Obama, said all that stuff. Let's see here. Cut 34. All right, you can't hear a damn thing. I know. You got to believe me. He's saying he's going to cut his nuts off, and he never did it again. Brock didn't get his nuts cut off because he started obeying the far left and Jesse and all those folks.